His hand was trembling inside mine. Too small, too fragile. We stood in front of the car my wife had bought 2 days ago, a gleaming machine, spotless under the sun. She had called it a gift for herself, said she deserved it. But my son's voice fractured the air before I could even admire it. "I don't want to get in." His tone wasn't whiny, it wasn't childish rebellion, it was terror. His eyes, wide, unblinking, fixed not on the car, but on the trunk. "Why?" I asked, though I already felt my chest tighten. He swallowed hard, clutched my sleeve, and whispered, "Look in the trunk." For a moment, I didn't breathe. My hand reached for the keys. The sound of unlocking was louder than it should have been, and when I lifted the trunk, what I saw made my heart stutter. Not blood, not a body, but something worse. A shoebox, lid half closed, filled with photographs. All of them of me. Cut, torn, scribbled over with ink. My eyes blacked out. My face crossed through with red slashes. And tucked beneath them, another photo. Not of me, of her, smiling, wrapped in the arms of another man. The air pressed against my skin, suffocating. I closed the trunk slowly, afraid the sound might shatter my son. He looked up at me, voice shaking. "She told me never to open it." I forced a smile for him. "Go inside, wash up, I'll be there soon." He hesitated, but obeyed. Children always know when something is wrong, even when they don't understand why. I stayed by the car, staring at the trunk, at the perfect reflection of myself bent in the paint. And in that reflection, I felt the fracture deepen. She had said the car was for herself, but the truth was already whispering beneath the surface. It wasn't hers alone. It was theirs. I didn't confront her. Not yet. That would have given her power. Instead, I began to watch. Her phone buzzed at night more often than it should have. Numbers saved without names. Receipts in her purse. Restaurants she never mentioned. Hotels she claimed were work retreats. I checked the mileage on the car against the trips she described. Lies layered on lies. And always, the shoebox waited in the trunk, a silent grave of evidence. At work, my body went through motions. My mind stayed locked on her. On the way she smiled too quickly when I asked about her day. On the way her voice dipped when she answered certain calls. I started pulling threads. Quietly, strategically. The bank confirmed what I already suspected. Withdrawals she couldn't explain. A separate account. She wasn't just careless, she was bold. I hired someone, not out of weakness, but precision. Within a week, I had photographs that mirrored the ones in her shoebox. Only these were untouched, unedited. Proof of her with him, her boss, his hand on her waist, her laughter, too free, too real. The betrayal wasn't just physical, it was psychological. She wasn't trying to leave me, she was erasing me, piece by piece. The night I confronted her, the house was quiet. Our son asleep upstairs. She came in late, smelling of wine and perfume that wasn't hers. I was waiting at the table, the shoebox between us. Her smile faltered the moment she saw it. "What's this?" she asked. I didn't answer. I just lifted the lid and slid the top photograph toward her. My face, scribbled out. She tried to laugh. "This isn't, we bid you even—" "Your trunk," I said, voice flat. Color drained from her cheeks. Then I slid the second photograph forward, the one of her with him, unmarked, proof uncorrupted. She opened her mouth, closed it again, words failing her. I leaned back in the chair, calm. How long? Tears welled up, quick and desperate. "It's not what it looks like. It's exactly what it looks like." Her hands shook as she grabbed at the photographs, as though destroying them would rewrite the truth. But I let her. Let her shred them, scatter the pieces on the floor, because I didn't need them anymore. I had already sent copies. To her family, to her friends, to the board of directors where her lover sat high and proud. Her humiliation was sealed before she even realized the game had started. When she dropped to her knees, clutching at my leg, sobbing about mistakes and forgiveness, I felt nothing. She begged, she pleaded, she swore she would change. But betrayal has no remedy. Once a person decides to erase you, the only answer is to erase them first. I leaned down, whispered into her ear, calm as stone. You didn't just cheat. You tried to rewrite me out of existence. Now it's your turn to be forgotten. And then I walked away. The divorce moved swiftly. My lawyer didn't need convincing. The evidence was overwhelming. She lost custody. She lost reputation. And he, her boss, lost his job when the board received their anonymous package. I never told her it was me. She didn't deserve the clarity. The car sat untouched for weeks, abandoned in the driveway. Eventually, it was repossessed. Just another thing she thought she owned that was never really hers. At night, I sometimes hear my son whisper in his sleep. Fear still lingers in him, though I tell him he's safe now, safer than ever. I look at him and see everything I almost lost. And then I look at myself in the mirror, calm, detached, and realize I didn't lose anything. She did, and I let her. Because sometimes revenge isn't in destroying someone, it's in watching them destroy themselves.